Hey, what is up guys? Epic Pokemon TCG here, and today guys, I've got another deck profile for you. And in this video, we're going to be covering Mega Mewtwo Garbodor. Now, as always guys, the list will be down in the description below. And if you enjoy the video, make sure to like it and subscribe for some more content. And to kind of change things up guys, I hit a little card that's not supposed to be in the deck in this video, so if you spot it, make sure to comment down below. And it's pretty easy to see, so don't worry. But without any further ado, let's get into the video guys. So starting off the deck here, of course, we have 3 Mega Mewtwo. It's going to be your main attacker of the deck. And it has Psychic Affinity. What it does is it has a base of 10 and then 30 for each energy attached to both Pokemon. So this Pokemon has the capability of doing a ton of damage. And really, honestly, now with cards like Trevenant and, like Night March's Pumpkaboo and things like that, kind of, rotating out, and we're approaching this new format. All those psychic attackers that really gave this Pokemon a lot of big issues are gone. Even Gallade gave this Pokemon problem through past experiences, just because of the fact, like, if anything was just psychic and hit for a decent amount of damage, Mewtwo was in a very tough position because it couldn't hit for weakness, and you were giving up 2 prizes. So now I feel like it's going to shine in this new format, especially with this deck, because this has a really good matchup against Mega Ray, and it still has a pretty decent matchup against Sceptile. And I don't know, I like it, and I figured I would go ahead and just cover it. But we got 3 of those Mewtwo. Now, we played 3 of this one. This is the Shatter Shot and Damage Change one. I could not remember the first attack. Pretty much my reasoning behind this is anytime you play Psychic Energy, you want to play this one. If you don't play Psychic Energy, you want to play the Photon Wave Mewtwo. That's just the logic that I've always gone by. But I decided, since really it wouldn't hurt to have a secondary strategy with this deck. Now, I'm not particularly fond of the Shrine of Memories combination. I don't like that combination. It just, I never feel comfortable using it, but it's definitely a very strong strategy for this deck. And so basically there is a Shrine of Memories in here, and if you would feel more comfortable bumping that up to 2, then you can definitely do that. But basically, you can use Shrine of Memories when it's on the field to copy Damage Change, and with 210 HP, if you come into a predicament where your Mewtwo is heavily damaged, you can even come into like positions where you have like 170, 180, just a large amount of damage, and you can move it over and get a potential to knock out one of your opponent's Pokemon. I don't know, it's really situational, and that's why I'm not 100% like just a huge fan of it. Yes, it is very good when it comes up, but I would rather just use Psychic Affinity. But it's there, like the possibility to damage change. Even with this Mewtwo, the possibility to damage change is there. So run Psychic Energy, and a 3/3 line seemed like it'd be decent, so that's why I went with that. Now I'm going to be covering the support Pokemon for this deck, which is going to be Garbodor. Now Garbodor became extremely stupid with this new format. Could struggle to get the cards straightened up. They're still not straight. Screw it. Anyway, with this new upcoming format, Ancient Origins on, as of right now, as I'm recording this video, so if you see this video and there's a card that has come out or got reprinted or something like that, gets rid of tools, ignore this part. Basically, Zero Sick, Megaphone, like those are cycling out, and there's not really a reliant, like, consistent card that can get rid of tools. So basically with this deck, if you get a Garbodor setup and you get a tool on it, the only way they can get this off the field is if they Lysandre it. So basically with this deck, you're going to be shutting off abilities, and you're going to have a Pokemon hitting for a ton of damage, which could put your opponent in a very, horribly overwhelming situation. Now, if you get Mewtwo completely set up and you're hitting for just a ton of damage every time you attack, and they can't access cards like Hoopa, Shaymin, or anything like that, any of the cards that help them set up, then they're gonna have, like, I was gonna say they're gonna have a bad time, but I don't want to sound like that idiot from South Park. But this has a really good matchup against Mega Ray if you can hit the Garbodor early. I've even built the deck to have a pretty decent matchup against Mega Ray, because I run 3 parallel cities. So if you can hit a parallel city, make them discard a bunch of Pokemon, and be able to consistently get a Garbodor out and just kind of lock them down from being able to chain Hoopas and Shaymins, you're going to be in a good spot. So that's why I went with that. But Garbodor just overall is a very powerful Pokemon, especially when you get it out, because like really this deck doesn't necessarily need its abilities, because once you get a Mewtwo going and you get like a like 1 or 2 setup or 1.5 setup, you're pretty much going to be good. And the same thing goes with Spirit Links for Mewtwo, with tools being like pretty good right now, because nothing can discard them. Your Spirit Links are going to be pretty safe. So that's pretty awesome. So that is my logic behind there. I felt like this was a pretty good strategy, just because, like, honestly, it gives you a good matchup against one of the best decks in format, because I feel like Mega Ray is just going to be absolutely stupid. Alright, so next up, guys, we have the Pokemon that's going to help us set up here. Yes, we do run Garbodor, but I'll get to that here in a second. Hoopa with Scoundrel Ring is just a fantastic card, especially with Mewtwo, because you can search out like a couple basic Mewtwo and search out the Mega, and Shaymin just helps you draw cards and helps you set up. Now, basically, once you get Garbodor on the field, these these cards are kind of dead. And if you're not playing Mega Ray, or you have that turn where you can like where you just feel comfortable discarding your own stuff, because I would recommend, like, once Garbodor's gone and you're like these are just sitting there, I would recommend parallel sitting yourself and trying to get rid of these, and basically force them to either Lysandre up something and waste their supporter for the turn and only get 1 prize, or try to combat a 210 Mewtwo that's wrecking absolute face. So that is my recommendation. That is what I've always done whenever I run Parallel City, is I'll try to get rid of my Shaymins and such, so that way my opponent has less targets on the field that are easy 2 prizes. But that is going to do it for the Pokemon, guys. Next up, we're going to be taking a look at the supporters for this deck. For Sycamore, extremely standard, best draw supporter in the game. We run 4N. I'm comfortable running 4N. If you would like to go about this in a different route with the supporter engine, definitely do that. I'm just kind of playing what I feel comfortable doing. Now, I did take out the random receiver. Normally I'm playing random receivers, but there's like so many cards I wanted to fit in this deck that I just decided just to drop them and go for a different route. Next up, 2 Lysandre. Lysandre's just really good with Mewtwo and just really good in general. And then I run 4 VS Seeker along with 4 Trainer's Mail. I decided to go this route just because, like, Trainer's Mail can help you get your Spirit Links, your Float Stones, your Parallel Cities, all kinds of stuff, and just being able to hunt for those very specific cards and get the possibility of hitting them with Trainer's Mail, just way too good to pass up. 4 VS Seeker, of course, get your supporters back. Next up, we're on 4 Ultra Ball. This is going to help you access cards like Hoopa, your Garbodor, or something like that. I was actually going to put in a level ball, but I just felt like playing 1 level ball would just be too inconsistent. And then if you start running like more than 1, you run like 2, I feel like that would just kind of screw it up even more. So 4 Ultra Ball. Hopefully you can hit your Garbodor consistently. That was the goal anyway. 3 Mega Turbo. Mega Turbo is really just in here so that way you can start powering up Mewtwo's, or like just get your energy faster. So yeah, I like Mega Turbo in here. I don't know why. Like, I'm kind of on the fence between this versus Max Elixir. They're both good. They both have their pros and cons. But basically, like honestly, with Hoopa, you kind of get your Mewtwo out kind of quick, and it just really you don't want to start throwing down all your Mega Turbos and stuff right away, unless you absolutely have to. I guess it's just a personal preference thing. If you would feel more comfortable with Max Elixir, definitely 100% run those. But me personally, I just don't feel comfortable with it. Next up, we got 3 Floatstone. Now, the reason why I'm running 3 Floatstone is 1, you just want to hit it quicker. And 2, there's this thing. I don't know why, but like I have like a curse of starting with Hoopa, or I will get it Lysandred up and then they'll just stall with it. So I decided that 1 extra Floatstone, and I actually originally had a escape rope in here, but I took it out. Oh my god, that was my bad angle, it just popped. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna do this microphone pain. Alright. So Floatstone, I figured would just be good because, of course, it activates Garbodor's ability. God dang, that hurt. But also you could put it on a Shaymin, and you could give yourself something with free retreat. Really, it's just a consistency thing. If you feel like 3 is overkill, you can drop it for something else. Alright. So next up, 3 Mewtwo Spirit Link. Don't really need to give much of an explanation there. 1 Super Rod. Really, I just like having a way of shuffling Pokemon back in case I have a brutal Sycamore or something like that. It's just kind of like a plan to fall back on, or even just shuffling some energy if you might need it. Most of the time I just shuffle in like a Mega Mewtwo or something like that, because there is going to come a time where you have to play a Sycamore or something like that and discard a Pokemon or two that you may not want to, or you might lose something in a game, or something might be prized. There's just all kinds of situations that come up where I feel like Super Raw is just really good, and so that's why I decided, screw it. Alright, so here it is. 3 Parallel City, and we have 1 Shroud of Memories. I'll cover that here in a second. So Parallel City, what you do with this card is you want to put the blue side facing your opponent. And I think that's right. Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah, there we go. Okay. I thought I screwed that up, my bad. Okay, so pretty much they can't have more than 3 bench Pokemon. And so if they're attacking with a Mega Ray that's fully powered up, then they're only doing 90 damage. And then you have Mega Mewtwo up. And if you have like, let's go with 3 energy. Actually, no, let's go with 2 energy. Let's make the minimum one here. So that is going to be 30, 60, and then they have 3 energies. 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, 160. And even you can throw in another energy and make that 190 or like 2 or something like that. Basically, like the trade there is just not good. I mean, they're 3-shotting you opposed to you 2-shotting them. And that's just kind of putting you in an extremely huge position. Also, if you have Garbodor out, then they're not going to be able to, like, Hoopa, Shaymin, Hoopa, Shaymin, and none of that crap, because they're going to be extremely limited. Now, of course, they can play down a Skyfield and counter your stadium, but still, Parallel City is a pretty good counter to it, and you just got to play it smart. You just got to be prepared. It's kind of surprising with it. Shroud of Memories, I only play 1 because, like I said, I don't feel comfortable with having that strategy being like a reliant thing for this deck. Like personally, I just don't like it. I don't know what it is. Like, I mean, yeah, they damage you. You can move it off or something like that, but I don't know. I run into too many situations where they're more damaged than me, and it just doesn't make any sense. And like, I don't know. I just personally don't like this route, but I decided just to throw it in there just because I do run Psychic Energy. But yeah. So next up, 4 DCE, and of course we run 7 Psychic Energy. So that is going to round out the deck. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like the video and subscribe for some more content. And that's going to do it. Try to make sure I don't have anything else to say about this deck. If I might have missed something, check the comment section, because I usually add stuff in there after I've uploaded it, or I have like a random thought or something like that. But you guys are absolutely awesome. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. I love you. And I'll try to have some more videos up for you soon regarding new decks for the format. Take care. This is Epic Pokemon TCG, signing out.